Hi friends, welcome to your independent work for today's lesson. So let's go over the directions together and then we're going to see what you have to complete today. Directions. View the key vocabulary and terms section before each reading in present mode. Okay, so let's go to present mode first. I do this by coming up to the present button right next to my yellow share button and I click it. That's better, isn't it? The text is much bigger for me to read. Read and listen to the excerpts from one of the two documents, and view the text in present mode for a clearer viewing, and use the audio icon to hear the text read aloud. I'm going to go to the next slide by clicking anywhere on the slide or clicking my right arrow on my keyboard. As I read and listen, use the highlight tool. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that looks kind of like a marker to highlight sentences, words, or phrases from the text that show how the Native Americans perceive the Europeans or how the Europeans perceive the Native Americans. Then answer the questions in the chart following the section. So I'm going back to the perceive. So I have to think, how are these people viewing or thinking about one another? So let's go in and see how the text looks. So let's continue. Oh, these are great. These are great pictures. I can see that they're underlined. So I bet if I click on them, they look like they have hyperlinks. So while I click on them, I'm getting a bigger picture of that item. This is really neat. I could see some of those items that the Europeans and Native Americans are talking about in these next couple sections. So I can get out of this by Xing it out or by clicking on my presentation. So I'm going to exit out. And I have so many pictures I could choose from. Why don't you go through all the pictures as well as you're going through your document? So now I have my document that I see that I'm going to read today. So here's my document as I'm reading it. The first thing I'm noticing is that there's a hyperlink here. If I click on it, just like we clicked on the pictures, I'm going to see this document, the real document, and not just the text broken up for me to see easier. What I also notice is that I have an audio button. So if I click on this audio button,
Our men went on land there and saw many Indian men, women.
Someone's reading this text for me. So if I'm having some difficulty with these words, my friends, click on the audio button and it'll be great help. So right now I'm going to look for some important information as I'm reading. And I already see they gave them tobacco at their landing. So I'm going to highlight this. Who gave them tobacco at their coming on land. So I'm holding my mouse down or I'm holding my trackpad down and I'm just going over that text. And I'm going to click the highlight button. This is going to make it easier for me at the end of my work today, friends. So now I'm going to go back into present mode, or I can keep it like this to read the rest. And as I read, I see that I have a couple of slides to read today. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slides of reading to do today, and now I'm at my independent work. So I have to copy and paste the pieces of text that you highlighted as you read. Oh, we already did that. So if you highlight as you go along, my friends, it's going to be much easier for you. So let me go back into that text, and I'm going to, again, go over it. And I can either right-click and click copy, or I can hit the Control-C button at the same time to copy it. So now my text is copied. I'm going to go to that last slide, my independent work, and I'm going to put it in my highlight section. I click next to one, I right-click, and I click paste, or I can do Control-V to put it in. Wow, my text is there now. Analysis. Oh, I know what that means. I have to think, boys and girls, I have to think, how did the Europeans perceive the Native Americans? So if I think they're giving them tobacco at they're coming on land, so maybe they were not so bad at first. They are trying to make friends with them. Or maybe they are trying to get them to think they are friendly so they can trick them. However, I'm analyzing this. So, my friends, however you're going to analyze the text that you choose, I want you to really think deeply about how the Native Americans are being looked at and viewed by the Europeans in this section. I can't wait to see all the highlights and analysis that you do today, my friends. Bye for now.